Hi guys, my name is Kelly.
And my name is Dante.
Today we are in Prague. Behind us is River Vltava. What we intend to do today is to have a conversation with you to discuss what you need to do and what you don't need to do when you visit Prague or Czech Republic in general. So, first of all, we feel like this conversation is important because there are, when you visit other countries, for example, or other culture, there are some basic things that you need to be able to, you need to do or you do not need to do so that you can enjoy your trip. So that's what we intend to discuss with you today.
And for those of you which have been traveling, you would understand traveling is knowledge, and when you visit countries, there are basic things which are needed from you, which are the citizens, and it's also delightful if the citizens see foreigners trying to adapt to the culture of the country which they visited. So we are here today to enlighten you and trying to educate you on few things which Czech Republic finds interesting when you visit their country.
Yeah, let us start by first thing first. When you arrive, it's important that you buy your travel ticket. This is important because some people forget to do this, and the penalty can be quite huge. One advantage is that here in Czech Republic, the transportation is actually very cheap, to be honest with you. For instance, you can buy 30 minutes, worth of trip for about 40 crown, which is less than $2. You could buy like a whole day ticket. You could also buy like a 1 week ticket. You see, so it's very cheap. So when you come here, it is important to have your ticket. Otherwise, if the controllers get hold of you, you are going to cough out approximately $100. So this is important to bear in mind.
Yeah. Also, it's also advisable if you could also visit the website, and you could also purchase a ticket from there, which is called www.dpthere or mpthere.cz. In this website, you could see how much it costs as well. You could purchase the ticket online, which is, will I call it, advisable, as everyone is making use of what I call it phones. So you could download it or you could purchase this online, and it provides you a QR code which could be presented. And the fines here are, what I call it, not friendly, if I would say so, because most foreigners which visit here are not aware of this. But this is something which Czech Republic takes of, what I call it, of high importance for you to have your ticket. And they are always, the controllers are always waiting for you at some certain points where you might not be expecting them. So please take note of this when you visit Czech Republic, to always have a ticket available.
Yeah. That's very important to know. Also, when you want to buy your ticket, actually you can buy tickets virtually almost everywhere, at bus stops, at tram stations, at the train stations. So it's very easy to buy the ticket. So this shouldn't be a big issue. Another thing is that when you arrive in Prague, it's quite good to kind of understand some basic Czech words, for example. Basic greetings. So this will kind of endear you to the people of the Czech Republic, So you can just try to find out how they say like common greetings, for instance. or when you go to a shop, for example, just to say hi in Czech language, for example. So the people really love it so much. So if you want to be loved when you visit Czech Republic, for example, or if you want people kind of to impress people, so this is one thing that you should be able to do.
Yeah, and like he mentioned, when you visit Czech Republic, it's also good at least to understand few words, which it goes a long way. If you look at it, if like in Czech, in English you say hello. In Czech, if you say ahoy, you could say how are you. In Czech, you say jak se máš or jak se máte. But also, when you go to a shop, you could say the most important thing for you is to say dobrý den, which means good day. In this way, at least it opens, well, I call it a different atmosphere than you just come into a country and you just say hello. You don't assume everyone speaks English.
Yeah.
So you should also try to get some of the language, and also when you buy something, you should also say thank you, which is in English, but in Czech it's called děkuju. So this is something which they do appreciate. And when you say bye bye in English, and in Czech you say naschledanou. So this also brings that openness to communicate with you. You should also bear in mind, Czech Republic is a conservative country, and when they see someone who is trying to integrate into the system, they always find every possible means to support the individual.
Yeah. Another important thing we want to point out is that in Czech Republic, when you visit here, you would find that people are usually very quiet. I'm sorry, there are tourists around here, so they are quite noisy. So you are going to find out that Czech people are usually quiet. They don't kind of speak loud. So it is very important to kind of always be calm, be quiet, most of the places that you visit. So that is another thing that is important.
Yeah, Czech people don't like noise, and so once you visit the country, make sure you try to respect the country's values as well. So which means when you get into the tram, the metro, the subway, you could speak, but please don't be loud, which means disturbing other people. So yeah, they don't need someone disturbing them as well. So please always try keeping to yourself or speaking to someone, will I say, in a proper manner.
Yeah. Another thing is Czech people are usually very formal. Czech people are usually very formal, and you don't always expect people to smile or to speak to you, for example. So like when you go to buy something from the shop, for instance, all you just need to do is to pick whatever you want to buy, you pay and leave. So you don't people don't engage in small talk with people. So that is another thing that you need to know.
Yeah, it's also going to restaurants in Czech Republic. They find it, if you go to a restaurant and you finish with your dinner or your lunch or your breakfast, the waiters or the waitress are always expecting you to give them a 10% of the total value of your receipt. So if you so you have to give them 10% tip of the money you spent in the restaurant. So if you don't leave any tip, or you give them something less than that, they find it rude. So this is something which you also need to bear in mind for every restaurant which you visit. Each waiter or waitress is expecting a 10% tip of the total cost.
Yeah, Another thing is when you want to use the transport, for example, when you want to take the bus or metro or tram, it's important to wait for those inside to come out first before you get in. So when you come to Czech Republic, that's one thing you are going to observe. You will find that people stay and wait for those who are inside the vehicle to disembark before they start to get into the vehicle. So these are very important. So another tip that we can give you is when you go to, this is like a tip that you might find helpful. Sometimes when you want to do some purchase, for instance, and you walk into a supermarket or into any shop, just look for inscription slaver. So this means discount. So wherever you see discount, you see slaver, you can go in there and buy whatever that has that inscription, because what it means is that things are they're giving discount on the particular items.
Yeah. And also in Czech Republic, most people who visit here are always interested in going for purchasing beer. They are in love with Czech beer. But you should also know we have different types of beer, so you should not familiarize yourself with a specific beer. However, in Czech we have different types of alcohol. We have the beer, we have the non-alcohol beer, but we also have two traditional Czech alcohol, which is called Becherovka, which is from another part of Czech Republic, which is manufactured, and we also have Slivovice, which is a strong alcohol, which is like, if not mistaken, close to like 60 to 70%.
It's like vodka.
Yeah, and it's quite strong. So these are some alcohols which would be also recommended for you to have a taste when you visit Czech Republic. And don't always believe Czech Republic is just made up of beers.
Yeah.
There is something else again which is important, which we found out in Prague. Most of the shopping malls or most of the restaurants which you visit, just in case you want to make use of the restroom, you would have to pay for it. The only time, mostly the shopping malls, you would have to pay for using the restroom. But if you go to some restaurants or some fast food, you could use the restroom, but only in essence if you purchase something from the restaurant or the fast food. This is the only time you could use the restroom. But it's also important when you visit, you should make sure you have a couple of it's coins, which some of the restroom they accept, like so it depends on which restroom you visit, like 10 crown, it's called 10 crown, it's 20 crown. I don't know if I have something here which I could show you. This is called 10 crown, and we have 20 crown. So you should know this is something most of the restrooms here always want you to pay before you could make use of it.
Yeah. Another thing that is important is to make sure that when you want to exchange your money, to go to some official and recognized exchange shops, because sometimes you might meet people who can just come to you along the road and ask you that they could exchange money for you. So some people have fallen for such people. So whenever you want to exchange money, it is important to just go and look out for official place, or you could go to a bank actually, so just to be safe. So this is important. Another thing is that as my friend already spoke earlier about alcoholic drink in Czech Republic, we also need to point out that it is you have to be at least 18-year-old before you can buy alcohol here. So when you go to the shop to buy alcohol, don't be surprised if they ask you for your ID card. For instance, if they suspect that you are still young, they might ask you for your ID card. You see what I mean? So this is very important. So you have to be careful about that.
And there are some tips which we would also provide, which is also essential, because I know a couple of people or couple of foreigners or tourists make the mistake of calling it Czechoslovakia. This is something which Czech people find so rude,
Very annoying.
annoying for them. So it's not called Czechoslovakia. They've been splitted for a couple of years now. They are called Czech Republic, and you have Slovakia. Slovakia has a border close to Czech Republic. Still, they are just a border. And so please be careful when you get to Czech Republic, or someone asks you, or you're speaking and you say Czechoslovakia, it's rude. Please bear in mind to call it Czech Republic, or you call it Czechia. This is important for you to know.
Yeah, another thing to add is that when this is just a tip. Some people spend their time only in Prague. So just understand there are also other towns, other villages that are as beautiful also, which you could visit when you come to the Czech Republic.
Correct.
So you can, so some of these places are actually not far from Prague. The transportation is quite very easy. It's very easy to get to these places, and the cost is it's not a lot.
Yeah.
So when you are visiting, you can check out other places that you could visit, and so that you can maximize your, the amount of fun, the sightseeing that you are going to enjoy when you visit.
Like I already said, travel, it's knowledge. The more you travel, the more
You are knowledgeable.
you're knowledgeable. Thank you.